Hey there. Today I am so excited to share with you 5 things that I think you will love about St. George if you are thinking about making a move or relocating here to the Beehive State. And we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah Koehle here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent here in Utah, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living here in St. George. If that's of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you're notified every week we drop a new video. We hear from people like you all the time who are looking to make a move, who are looking to relocate, buy or sell a property, or even build a property here in Utah, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move in a week, in a month, or even a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. My team and I would love to help you out. Also, if you are thinking about making a move here and you want a copy of our free Moving to St. George, Utah guide, comment down below the word guide, and we'd love to send that over to you. So you're on the fence, you've been thinking about making a move to Utah. Chances are you are living out of state. You're watching this video, you're going, oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, look at the red rocks. Oh, look at this. I am, ready to move from wherever it is. And all of a sudden you find my channel and you find this video, and here we are, right? This story is not uncommon. I hear this all the time and I absolutely love it. So let me share with you today a few things that I think if you do decide to make a move, relocate, or, start building a place here in Utah, especially St. George, these are some of the things I think you will love about St. George. Number one is simply the beauty. Yes, the beauty in and around St. George is so gorgeous. You've got these beautiful red rocks. You've got these gorgeous plateaus. You've got just, the mountains that are in and around. I think at least so many people that have come here will say, Mariah, it's just so pretty. I love the red rock. I love the charm of all that. So the natural beauty is a huge one for many people that are moving here. So number two is the active lifestyle. Yes, the active lifestyle. If you love being outdoors, I was recently chatting with somebody who's living up in northern Utah, and he was just saying, he's like, Mariah, I have never had better mountain biking than I have down in and around St. George. He's like, the mountain biking all year long. And that was one of his things. He's like, I love Salt Lake, but I want to be in St. George because I want to mountain bike all year long, winter, spring, summer, fall, and wants to be on his bike. So different outdoor activities that you're going to experience here in St. George, you can be outdoors all year long. And for many people, that is a huge draw. There are so many golf courses here that if you are wanting to golf year round, St. George is definitely a good option for you. So the number of outdoor activities, also the proximity to the national parks. We've got Zion National Park 35 minutes away from St. George. We've got Snow Canyon Park. We've got Bryce Canyon Park. We actually have all 5, they call them the 5 mighty national parks, and they are all in southern Utah. So in order to get to a lot of those national parks, St. George is a pretty close place to some of them. Yes, Moab is going to be closer to Arches and Canyonland and whatnot, but Zion is not that far away from St. George. So if you love being near the national parks, or you love just being outdoors and near parks, St. George has so much in the way of outdoor recreation that I think you will thoroughly like that, and all year long. Next up is the climate. For some people moving here to St. George, they absolutely love the climate. They love that it is, you're going to experience a dry climate, more of a dry, they call it a moderate climate. So you're not going to experience a lot of humidity, but you're also not going to experience, it will get cold in January, February, right? But that cold, we're not seeing a lot of snow. Very, occasionally it'll snow, but that snow doesn't stick either like it does in, some of the other places. You will occasionally see snow on the mountains in and around St. George, but right here, you won't experience, the snow. It does, when we talk about climate, for some people, they're like, oh, I don't mind the hot summers because it's it's more of a dry hot. So the climate here is more moderate. You still do experience the 4 seasons, but not like a snowy winter, but you definitely will notice that winter will be, it will get cold, summers will get hot, fall you'll see the beautiful changing colors, spring you'll see all the beautiful flowers coming out. So you definitely experience the four seasons here in St. George. It's just going to be a little bit different than if you go even, more up to northern, the Salt Lake area. Those four seasons are going to look very different than St. George, but many people love the mildness of the four seasons here in St. George. Another reason people love moving to St. George is simply the quality of life. Yes, the quality of life here in St. George, I hear this often, is Mariah, it feels like it's a slower pace of life. It feels like it's very family friendly. It feels like it is just, it's easier than some of the other places that I was living. And many people, they love that there's not as much traffic. Yes, locals that have been here forever and born and raised here, many of them will say like, oh, the traffic is so bad and the congestion is so bad. But other people that are moving here from out of state are like, gosh, this traffic, the congestion, it just doesn't even compare to some of the other areas that they're coming from. So quality of life is a big one for many people. Also, I touched on this, is family friendly and a great retirement community. So I know those almost don't even seem like they go together, but in many ways, people love coming here to raise their families because it's a slower pace of life. The quality of life is really nice. Just like I said, the outdoor activities, the things to do, many people love that. And also on the flip side, people that are looking to retire here, many people love retiring here because the outdoor activities, the mild climate, all of the things that there are to do, for seniors here in and around St. George. Another reason people love making a move to St. George is the more affordable cost of living than in some other states. Yes, the affordable cost of living, when we're talking about groceries, utilities, housing costs, tend to be less than some of the larger, bigger cities here in St. George. So for many people moving here, they're like, oh, I'm on a fixed income or I've got a family and I'm looking for a lower cost of living. Here in St. George, we've got, if you're talking about property taxes are 0.5% if it is your primary residency. So if it's your primary residency, you're going to have, 0.5%. For some people, it's, that's a big difference in what they're paying property tax wise. Also, income state tax at the time that I am shooting this video, it is 4.55%, and it is a flat tax. So in some other states, they have more of a gradual, gradual scale depending on what you make. Others not. So here in Utah, it is a flat tax state. So hopefully this gives you an idea if you are thinking about making a move, relocating, buying, selling a property here in St. George. This, some of the different things, like I said, that many people love moving here because of the quality of life. They love the outdoor activities. They love that it is more of a mild climate all year long. They like the strong sense of community. They like the number of outdoor activities, recreation. They like the proximity to national parks, to the state parks, to all the different, things in and around St. George. They like that it's family friendly. They like that it caters to retirees. Also, the lower cost of living is a big one for many people too. If they're coming from a bigger city, they're like, gosh, I'm on a fixed income and now I can find what I'm looking for here in St. George, and it's within the budget that they're looking at. So hopefully this gives you an idea. And if you are thinking about making a move, relocating, buying, selling, building a property here in St. George, my team and I help people like you all the time, and we absolutely love it. So feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. And if you do want a copy of our free Moving to St. George, Utah guide, comment down below the word guide, GUIDE, and we'd love to send that over to you. Wishing you a fantastic rest of your day and week, and we'll chat with you soon. Take care and have a great one. Bye.